Hello everyone, a happy Friday. So welcome to the second episode of Square 1 presented by Pentad Academy. As we have already gone through our first podcast and we received a few very sweet, nice, encouraging feedbacks and that is keeping us going. Pentad Academy founded by Sharanya Eshwaran is a really interesting it gives a really interesting aspect into how human intelligent in every person, how it is unique. And rather than going the one track way of being an engineer or a doctor, Square 1 is giving us insight into such unique career path, how the career grows, the salary that one can expect, and all the details that you need to know for your child's stellar career. Today, we of course have the founder of Pentad Academy, the lovely Sharanya Eshwaran with us. Along with her, we have Arunkumar Venkateshan, who is right now in Iceland. He has managed his time to be with us on this occasion. Thank you so much for that. And he is a senior quality assurance specialist. So I'm pretty sure from his experience, he has got many valuable lessons for each one of us. So I'm handing over the mic to Sharanya to continue with the podcast.
Hey, thanks, Pooja, for that amazing introduction. And like you said, thanks to Arun for giving us such a his busy schedule, giving us time to discuss this his career and insights about his field of work. So let's quickly get into that. Hi, Arun. Thanks for coming. Welcome to our podcast.
Yeah. Hi, Pooja. Hi, Sharani.
Hi. So let's just start with your job. Your job is quality assurance. So Tell me, what does quality assurance mean? So what does it actually involve? Like, if you are explaining it to a 8th standard to 12th standard children who are looking forward to get into a career like that, how would you put it for them? And or a parent who's looking forward to put their children through this field or a career, how would you explain what quality assurance is?
Yeah. Thank you so much for this opportunity, Sharanya, and Pooja as well. So, it's like quality assurance. Since my background is completely from the healthcare domain, so which is pharmaceutical, comes under pharmaceuticals background. So, whenever my quality assurance role is very important for the healthcare domain, since the products which we manufacture and release to the market are directly consumed by the humans. So in that case, we need to make sure the product is designed and tested and released to the market as per the regulatory standards. So there, we play a quality assurance role. We are going to assure that particular product of we are going to assure the product, completely testing part starting from the, manufacturing, testing, release, completely we are going to ensure as per the regulatory standard. And we are going to assure the product quality before it reaches to the market as well as to the human.
So basically, the tablets what we eat, that's what you're talking about. I mean, I'm putting it into simpler language so that children would understand this. So these are the tablets which we eat, and you are making sure of the quality of that, right? How do we know what is the right quality? Like, who's setting the standards for this? Can you just give us an idea about it?
So coming from the science background, people, the biotechnology, microbiology, biochemistry, chemistry people can contribute for this role. And see, the important role is in case not only tablets, even injectable also. Currently, I work for the injectables. We work for we do manufacture here the chemotherapy injectables and even cardiac, vascular treatment and chronic disease as well. So, I'm talking about overall the product, not only tablets, even capsules, gels, ointment, dry syrup, and injectables. All those things come.
Medicines, what we take.
So, product is marketed to the US. Then there is a FDA, for the US market. So we have to follow the FDA regulations. They have all the regulations which is defined and released in the website. Okay. So before setting up the procedures for manufacturing the product, for testing the product and for releasing the product and filing up the market to the US or European market or India. So we need to follow the, in case the product is marketed in US, by default, we have to follow the US regulations. In case the product is marketed in India, Then we have Indian Pharmacopoeia. Then we have local drug control department where they set the limits for these test parameters and manufacturing activities. Then we have to follow these regulations without fail, because we are not going to deviate any regulations or test limits apart from, is defined in these guidelines. Make sure during manufacturing, during testing, all these requirements are met. Then, we will be having a lot of document evidence for this products which we manufactured in the healthcare domain, starting from the manufacturing till the testing and release part I'm talking about. Then so all the test limits are defined in this regulatory guidelines with respect to, as I said, European guidelines, FDA guidelines, Indian Pharmacopoeia.
So these are given by the government. These guidelines are given by the government. Okay.
Individual country government is published in the website.
Right.
So there is a change in the limit. There'll be keep on revising the limits. Then we can just refer and we can revise in our in-house practice as well, so that we can practice as per the regulatory guidelines.
Right. Understood. So as a quality assurance, your job is to make sure that the guidelines given by the government is matching with the product that are done by the company.
Exactly.
Right. So your job is more of let's say desk and documents related job than in a lab where you test it. Do you do testing as a quality assurance person?
Yeah, exactly. You are correct. So once we receive the document for the manufacturing process, testing process, we go to the laboratory, we go to the manufacturing area, and we will be having the document. By referring the documents, we will be checking whether practically it was done or not. So that verification will be done in the laboratory, in the manufacturing area, so that the document evidence and the practical work, it will matches. Then it matches. Then finally we assure the product is done perfectly without any manipulation. So we will make sure that the product is aligned as per the regulatory standards, which is defined by the all countries' government, and which is published in the website. And once the final authorization will be it's with the quality assurance department. So once they review and they say okay and they finally approve the document, the whole document, it will be approved. Then the certificate of analysis will be released along with the product. Then it goes to the market. So without quality approval, it will not go to the market. That's where
you're the gatekeepers.
Exactly.
Coming to, I think you already gave us a good idea about it, but how does a day-to-day activity of a quality assurance person look? So when you go to office in a day, how would your day look like?
So always, we will be having the product in day-to-day activities. We receive the product for the review, and even testing part, we go to the laboratory and we check it about the, as you said, tablet, capsules, injectables, different kind of formulation will be there. So day-to-day work, we just take up the work which is, priority basis release. In case on product like paracetamol is going to be released by tomorrow, then we will just take that as a first action. Then we will focus on that data. And while reviewing, we will be interacting with the cross-functional department as well, with respect to IT department and with respect to QC department and manufacturing department. Since they come from a different background, so IT team, who's taking care of the computer system, the validations and the IT infrastructure, all those things. So they come from computer science background, and another coming to the quality control department, they come from chemistry background, who can test the product purity, assay, potency, all those things. So then coming to the production department, they will come from the chemical engineering, the chemistry background, biochemistry background. So we work as a team, we work as a single team, and from the different background, educated different background, so that all together we just make a product, and we'll make sure the product quality is aligned as per the regulations, and it will meet to the humans requirements.
Right. So there are lot of different departments which come under you. So does that mean that you need to come from different backgrounds as such? If you have studied let's say software engineer, you can still become a quality assurance person. You have done something in life science, let's say chemistry background. So any of these background people can come into quality assurance. Would that
be right? Because Yes, you are correct. So, see, yeah, it is possible also because I'm talking about healthcare domain. So, when it comes to the electrical, the electrical product manufacturing and the electronics and with respect to hardware and food products, all those things, yeah, when food product, quality assurance, they come from the they come from the food background, food technology, B Tech in food technology. Then, like when it is comes
Huh.
when it comes from, I mean, when it when we talk about the yeah, electronics hardware manufacturing, they come from the computer science background. So
Hmm.
of course all this entirely, like there are different products in the in the world which we are currently
Right.
working on. Of course the quality assurance team from the relevant background, people should come, like if it is like I come from, like I did my masters in biotechnology, then I took up this biosimilars, since it is my completely biotechnology oriented work. So I initially worked in the laboratory, then all the techniques I learned, then I come to QA, so that like I can I know the techniques, so I can review the data accurately without any issues. So that
Correct.
way, initially, whoever come from as background, like if it is biotechnology, of course we need to pitch in the same same work environment, so that our career will be good. So in case electronics, computer science, or like software people, software engineering, all those things, they go for the hardware and electronics. So there all the domains have the quality control, quality assurance, manufacturing. That is like universal practice, right? So
Correct.
suppose all the background has the role for their based on their qualification they can join. So how we are initially picking up the career depends on the it depends on that the career will be continued bright and continued in a success way. Yeah.
So, can I pitch in a question? It's just a random one, but I was thinking you have a whole lot of experience working here in India and right now as in abroad as well. So, I was thinking, all throughout your career, did you find any difference between the way in which we function in India as a quality and assurance analyst, as well as how it changes when it comes to abroad?
Okay, yeah. So in India, like we will be having, the defined procedures, and we'll be having continuous work, even like 24 into 7, and we stay back and work to complete the task only. But here in international, like we have the same defined procedures as I mentioned, like regulatory standards which we have defined in all the organization, we define it. In international, like work culture is flexible, so very flexible, and it is like the if a particular task is assigned, I can do that particular task only. I don't have to do any another task. But in India, we do multiple tasks. So that is a huge difference which I've from like recently I moved to Iceland. So there, like I take it multiple tasks from quality control, quality assurance, manufacturing. I can just pitch in and do all the activities. But in abroad, they will be dedicated for the particular role in which we have to work dedicatedly, and we have to focus on that particular task. So that is the difference which I have seen between India and international. And moreover, here, like procedures are very accurate. Even in India, there are procedures which is very accurate, but we will be keep on do the multiple tasks. And here it is dedicated task, focused task, so that minimal error will be there in the work also, and flexible work will be there, and people also relax and work without any hurdles.
Like you mentioned earlier that any manufacturing industry, be it food, or be it pharma, or electronics, or anything that is there is an opportunity for there is, of course, a manufacturing unit, there's a quality control unit, there's a quality assurance unit. So anybody who studies anything, they have an option to get into a quality assurance job, right? So coming into the education part of it, so can you tell me, like, what is your education background, and what did you study, and how did you end up in this? Like, if we can start from after 10th standard till you got your first job. If you could tell us that story.
Yes. Yeah. So I studied like initially I was not knowing like I can take the biotechnology. I was not realized and no one was there to guide me. So I just studied myself like till 10th. Then I moved to 12th standard in a government school. Then like I choose maths biology since I was interested in science background. So if I take the first group, which is maths biology, so I can go to the engineering also, I can go to the science, the healthcare domain also. So that
Right.
way even software also we can go. So first group I have chosen and I have studied my best and I've secured good marks as well. Then finally when
Just for clarification, I'm sorry, I'm interrupting you. When you say first group, you mean by science, right?
maths biology, first group is
Maths and
maths.
biology. Okay, fine. All right.
In Tamil Nadu, we call it as maths biology is the first group. So
Okay.
that is
No, because people are watching from different places, so they might not understand. So, yeah, please
okay.
continue.
Yeah. So yeah, so then like once I completed my the higher secondary, then I was thinking which career I need to go, like whether engineering part or like a lot of my classmates used to go for the engineering because people says like engineering
Right.
is the big study and all those things. So, but like I applied in the universities, then I got even engineering also, and I got my BSc also through counseling. Then like finally I choose BSc, and many of my friends they've chosen into engineering background since like they wanted to be an engineer and
Yes.
kind of. So
That was the buzz.
yes. Then I chose the BSc biotechnology. So I thought like I'm interested in biotechnology. I was like I'm very interested in science from the beginning. So from my schooling, see how we like define our career. So where we are interested. So that way we can just think ourselves and decide. So here, like if we ask other people, yes, when a person is having working in a different field, you will say my field is good. When I'm working in the biotechnology, yeah, of course I can say my field. So we cannot like we cannot go with the other people's suggestions. That is one important thing which I wanted to say. So where we are good, like we have to analyze ourselves and all we need to completely evaluate ourselves. We are where we are good or not, then we can choose in that particular career and go forward. So
Right.
that's how I just, moved to the biotechnology, BSc biotechnology. I've studied in, A grade, five star approved by, NAC certifications. It is
Okay.
located in, did my bachelor's in biotechnology. Then like I got like, good marks with the distinction I passed out. Then I just, applied for the master's as well. And once my BSc is completed, many people like, thought to get the job and immediately go for the job opportunity and they used to get some good salary campus through campus placement and other but I decided like if we go for the masters only we will be having a good career in the future. So I was having that mindset. No one was there to guide me, honestly I'm telling, but like I was very good into science background, so I secured good marks as well. So I thought to continue my masters in biotechnology. Then I, immediately without break, I just directly joined Masters of Biotechnology. Even I had a family issues as well. So I struggled a lot, due to the financial issues, all those things. But still, I was doing part-time job and gone for the colleges. So
Wow.
night I used to go for the job night until my job time starts like 6 to 12 night. So after that I used to rest. I mean I used to food and accommodation. With food and accommodation I got that opportunity. So I did my bachelor's like that for the 3 years. Then like immediately I applied masters. I similarly I completed night part-time job and daytime I used to go for the colleges. That's how I did my masters in biotechnology. Then 2011 I passed out my masters of biotechnology. Then like I was keep on trying for the opportunity. 2011 there is no like kind of LinkedIn. I mean it was there, but it is not
As prevalent as today. Yes, yes. Hmm.
so I used to take my hard copies of the resume, like around 10 copies, 12 copies, 20 copies. Hosur is my nearby place, which is located in Tamil Nadu. So I used to go to the companies and give my hard copies to the companies individually, to the security and to the HR department. So that's how I started with my career. So since I did my, people used to get a lot of opportunity even in the software side, but I didn't try for it. I wanted to go for the pharma background since I was studied for this. So I really aimed like anything. But 6 months I used to get a small job, which is 3,000. I started my career 3,000, just 3,000 salary.
Awesome.
Then like, so slowly 3,500 it was, that was my first salary. Then slowly after 6 months, I applied in like one of the
Okay.
reputed organization in Bangalore. I got the opportunity. I got good salary. Then, I moved to initially I joined in the quality control department. I worked for the laboratory. I started my career in the sampling, like all the technical stuff. Then slowly I learned all the instruments. Then I moved to I got opportunity. Like I demonstrated the instrument in front of the regulatory auditor, US FDA. So I got the certification, which led me for get the opportunity, new opportunity. So that is the main reason which I got, which I can, which I tried in. Because of my certifications and hard work, I got another opportunity within short time. But I sincerely worked and I learned many things in my initial career. Then I moved to the core biotechnology industry. Then I was working slowly. I was getting higher salary also. So within 6 years, I think since we worked together, like I was. So year of fifth year, I directly promoted as deputy manager. I think around 5 to 6 years. So that was a big role for me. I handled a lot of responsibilities since I learned many techniques. I took lot of responsibilities. Then my salary also was good, and many people even later after joining also people used to move to different fields. So I was thinking like even like when I was in sixth year, many people moved to different fields, but like they used to get good salary, but I was in low salary. So, but I was having the mindset that this career 100% will give me a good good values one day. So I was ready a day to turn. So finally, I just slowly moved around 5 companies I worked. Since I got different exposure, so I just got an opportunity. I just moved it. So my last designation working as a functional aid QA/QC. I was taking care of both the laboratory and quality assurance role.
Okay.
So yeah. So 2 years I was working there. Then slowly I moved to slowly I applied. My dream is to go to abroad. I mean to get good opportunity, and as well as I should be financially strong as well. So I was trying for it. Then I grabbed this opportunity finally after cracking three round of interview. So that's how today I'm getting good salary more than like the people who got like my sixth year who got higher salary. And when I see my salary, it was very low. But I was standing on my point where I'm going to crack and achieve it. So I was waiting for the turn. So today I'm here today, which I'm whatever the expected salary I'm getting today, which is more than I've achieved it today.
So speaking of salary, how does it, I mean, we don't want to know particulars, but as an idea, if you could give us like an entry level student who has just finished their masters in life sciences, be it biotechnology or other fields, how much can they expect to earn in pharma industry? And 5 years going down the lane, how much would they get in let's say 10-20 years? What is the kind of salary ranges which are there in this field?
So like what is the short-term goal and what is the long-term goal?
Yes.
So when I was working in Bangalore, I gone to one of the engineering college which is located in Tamil Nadu as a chief guest. I just took a lot of seminars over there. So there, like a BTech biotechnology, there was multiple students, and about biotechnology background, I'm telling like once they passed out BTech or MSc, they'll be getting minimum 3.6 to 4 lakhs. So this is the entry level people used to get in for the healthcare. With respect to healthcare domain, I'm talking about even pharmaceuticals, biopharmaceuticals. Just we discussed about all types of formulation.
Right.
So if it is healthcare domain, we used to get 3.6 to 4 lakhs, and if it is software domain, people used to get 6 lakhs. Like after 10 years, whatever the software people are getting, 100% healthcare domain also people used to get. So not only software healthcare, even finance department, HR department, computer science, even like one organization, as I said, like QC, QA, all the departments, including, the legal department, logistics, sales department, marketing, and HR, human resource department. So all this, the people, if they are continuing in their own field, they can continue with their hard work and effort. 100% one day they can reach their goal. What I mean.
So from your point of view, would you say, being in one company for 15 years is a good idea, or how does it affect your learning and your salary when it comes to, being in one company and jumping companies? So what is your opinion about it?
So it depends on individual decisions. People who's working in the same company for more than 15 years has the good career, and even they are getting good salary because yeah, it is. I mean, they'll be recognized by the organization 100%. The awards and recognition will be there with them also. And if you wanna learn new things, since I worked in a different roles, like I was worked in a quality control, quality assurance, I was worked in a production department. So since I was interested to learn different roles, so I just moved into a different industries. So the salary what I'm getting today, even other people also getting who's working in the same company. So it doesn't mean like we can keep on changing the company. But of course, a person is working in the same role. I wanted to learn new things and move forward to the career. Then we can just move out. It depends on the person to person decision. We cannot comment on. Like if you keep on jumping, you'll get the growth, and if you stay in one company also, you'll get the growth. There are possibilities. Practically, I've seen also.
So, as a person from India, for Indians who are into quality assurance or quality control, how do the rest of the world look at us? Like, are we wanted? Like, we know that when it comes to softwares, India is a place where people come to. So when it comes to biotechnology or healthcare or BT industry or these industries, do they still look at us as very niche people to work with, and are we wanted? Do we have a little heads up with where we come from and kind of educations we come from, or with the kind of experience we have?
Okay. So yes, of course, when I'm confident about my career and I can just I can be a mentor to the people who are staying in my native, and when they come and approach me if this career is good, that I have proven track records. I can just tell them, yeah, it is possible. Confidently, you can just take this course. So that's how we can suggest. How we are choosing, how the students are interested, in which way students are interested. That is very important. Again, I'm just telling about that particular. If students are not interested in software and you are just wantedly you are forcing them and putting into a software education, then how it's going to give you the potential result? So it will not be a productivity studies, I think. So they'll be just because the parents, they'll study, and one fine day they'll just say, I'm not interested in this field. So
I think this is very critical point, because this is what Pentad Academy has been trying to prove, because each person is unique. So when we follow our passion or the things that we are interested in, smart work, hard work, these things will come by itself because it is innate to this person. And I think that is the secret for succeeding in any career, from what I've heard from you.
Once if students are not interested and forcing them to put into other career, of course, when they are not interested, they cannot achieve in that particular goal. So that's very important, and which we need to analyze more, and we need to check with the students where they are interested and where they are focusing, and we can see their marks as well in the schooling, like where they are securing good marks in which particular subject where they are securing good marks, and based on that we can just take a decision that they are interested in this career.
Definitely, and for the people who are listening in, I would like to put forward that Pentad Academy, you can go and visit the website. We have a multiple intelligence test. It is based on a very scientific method. Definitely, Sharanya will help us with the details of that. It helps as a parent, if you want to know what are the inner capabilities of your child. Of course, down the lane when it comes to the career, it is very important for a parent to understand if they want to assure that quality of life, assure that satisfaction that their child should get when they are choosing a career. We should definitely attend this test, and it is going to be very fruitful. Sharanya will help us with the information later in the podcast.
Well, thanks, Pooja, for bringing it up. So basically, this test is a little, as an idea where you understand what kind of intelligence or what kind of skill sets you have within yourself. It's about what kind of a learner you are, right? So for me, I'm more of a kinesthetic learner. I have to do things and then I will learn better. And we do have kids at home who are like, who and easiest one to point out and notice, because these are kids who never sit in one place and do the work, right?
Yes.
Parents and moms who are struggling to make a child sit in one place and do the homework, get the homework done, they can identify these child as kinesthetic. So these are different learning styles you will learn from these tests. So the reason I would like to bring it now is because, like Arun was mentioning, it's important for you to understand what is your skills, right? What is your favorite subject? What kind of concepts do you understand, and what are your skill sets? And you have to work towards that career rather than just choosing a career just because my friend did or my neighbors did. So we should, like Arun was mentioning, we should get rid of all these things and work towards our goals and understand where we excel better and take a career through that. I wanted to be a doctor, and then once I found out, like, doctor is like too costly for me at that time, financially for our family, and maybe I do not want to do it. I had no clue what I'm supposed to do next, right? So I think Arun also faced somewhat similar situation to understand what we have to do next. And like he was saying, we kind of there were nobody to guide us, nobody to tell us what we were supposed to do and which career we were supposed to take, but somehow we ended up in a place where we love the job what we are doing, and we found our a long last love or something like that. So that's how we have stumbled into it, and this podcast is mainly to avoid that. Let us tell you, like, what are the different fields you could get in other than just engineers and doctors. So I think this thanks for bringing this up, Pooja. It was really nice. So Arun, my the last question kind of would be about, tell me, in your school, what are the kind of topics you studied, concepts you studied, which you're using it in your career today?
Yeah, so during my bachelor's and master degree, whatever the papers I studied with respect to molecular biology and biochemistry and genetic engineering, immunology, all these techniques I'm applying. Even today also I'm applying, like, whatever the work which is currently I'm doing, like, it's related to that particular studies only. It's not completely if it is completely different, then I may not do my job properly. And since it was relevant to my studies, so that, like, I'm doing my job perfectly without any the issues. And when we talk about subject knowledge, yes, of course, if it is a relevant subject from past 10 years, if I have not used my subject, then 100% by this time I might have forgot my subject, right? So I'm using it every day in day-to-day activities. Whatever I'm doing it, 100% it is correlated with my subject, what I've studied, masters and bachelor's. If you are good in your particular studies, and if you are interested in that, please don't move to another career. And again, we don't know how much potential result they will get it in another career. So I suggest always we can go in same career where we have come from. I mean, same background, where we have studied. I mean, the same educational background. If we put into our career, 100% we can achieve our goal one day.
Thank you for that.
I think from this discussion, it was very insightful to actually understand from a person who has gone through all these things that your interest matters, your hard work matters, and it is not short-term growth that actually shows up in the end. It is the long-term vision that matters. And I personally found it very insightful, Sharanya.
Definitely. I have worked in that field, and I kind of deviated and got into education and entrepreneurship these days, but I do miss my microbiology labs and my laminar airflow and all that. A very nostalgic feeling for me. And like Arun was mentioning, it's the perseverance, that that you're going to this field. If you have chosen this field, it's going to give back to you. You can never feel like, my contemporary friend who is same age of mine and is making more money, or she's doing something else and I'm still here. That feeling, comparing yourself to something else will never help you with anything. Right? Even in school, I think if you are comparing your marks and comparing your with your friends or your siblings, it'll never help anybody grow. It's your personal growth. You compare yourself with the yesterday you rather than the today's neighbor or somebody else. So
yes. So parent support is very important in this particular, because my neighbor is studying this, you should study. They should not force the student to go into that particular domain. So that is very, very important thing which parents has to focus on it. Like,
that's exactly what we are trying to address in this podcast, because we see that the reason they are forcing the child to do that is because they themselves are not aware of the fields which are available. Like, last podcast we had embryologist. Today we have quality assurance. I am a microbiologist or who worked in quality control. People don't know that these jobs exist, right? How many of us knew that in an electrical department there'll be a quality assurance? Right? If you study, a software engineer, or you can also take up electronics and mechanical or something else and get a job, different type of jobs in fields. Not many parents are aware of this, and this is one of the problems and one of the reasons they always keep pushing them into engineering or NEET exams and doctors and all that, because they are not aware of this. And we see that in our society, the courses which have those competitive exams, they are more popular compared to the rest of them. Because there is no competitive exam, we assume that, oh, maybe this is not good. You're not going to get salary like a doctor does or an engineer does. That's not true, right? We see that be it any other field, they are earning as good as an engineer or a doctor. And for a doctor especially, there's like 10 years of learning. Right? You never end up finished learning. You're I mean, like Arun said, there is learning in every field you're in, but there it's like you have to get a degree and you have to do this, after that a specialization, super specialization and something else. So which becomes very hard for them to say that, yes, I'm done with my career and education, let me get into the
even
career.
The financial, yeah, of course, even the financial aspect of it. Not everyone will be able to pursue such a thing. We are on loans. We see people on loans just to pursue a career. Yeah,
correct. Because once you do that and you get into a job, you're not doing the job. You're there more for money than the satisfaction of the job. Right? I mean, yes, we are getting into a work for money, but that's not it, right? It is also about the joy of doing it.
Yeah. One more thing, Sharanya, just you mentioned about like you have come out of your field. No, just see, even like today, like you thought to do some good things for the society. Like you are interested in it, so you have come out with your full interest, right? So you can achieve in this field also. That way, like many people, like once they go to pharma or software, like after some years, if they are not interested, if their focus is completely different and interest in something else, example UPSC. How many people are cracking UPSC? Like within like after like within 1 year, 2 years they're working, then again they're leaving the job and going for the exam and they're cracking. So it depends on the person interest and hard work and efforts. That's all. So it is not like a person is moving out of field and they're going to face the failure. They are interested. I mean, I was interested to continue my career. So I from the beginning, like as I said, like during my studies and during my work, I was very interested in the same domain, so I continued. So some people may not be interested if their focus is, if it's the thing is, if that particular career is not cup of their tea, they can go out of that. That's all.
I never realized that I would enjoy teaching so much. Because I remember one of my professors in my college, just during a lab, he just looked at me and said, Sharanya, you should become a teacher. And at that point, I was thinking I'll either do my PhD or get into a company and be a microbiologist or something like that. And I was like, why teacher? I never would be a teacher. And today I'm proud to be a teacher, and I love the work I'm doing. So I never realized this was my calling, and this is where I'm supposed to be and where I wanted to be. So this is something which gives me a satisfaction, I guess. So yeah, this was a great conversation, Arun. Thank you so much. I mean, along with your career and your professional insights, you even gave a lot of insights about how do you approach for PhD, and how should a person should pursue a career. And like Pooja had mentioned, you need to plan your career. It's not just you just get into it and see where it goes and let's see what happens or something, right? So thank you so much for being here, Arun. It was very nice having you here. Any last thoughts you would like to share with us?
That's all, Sharanya and Pooja. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I was very happy to share my, the whole journey from the starting from the education to again, like I'm recalling my old memories and
Thank you.
Experience. Thanks for this, opportunity to share my experience and the hurdles. Thank you so much.
Our hearty wishes to you in your way forward, and we hope to see you in greater heights as well. And see you soon in another podcast.
Yes, definitely.